Okay. So are the voice and screen clear? All okay? Are the voice and screen clear? Everyone, tell me. Yes, all clear. So good morning, everyone. A very good morning to all of you. Yes, good morning. Yes, good morning. Just review the last lecture. You just review the last lecture and tell me what was the last point. Okay. So what was that last point? I think we were writing definitions, right? We were writing definitions. We wrote the definition of quasi-static process. Quasi-static process. Okay, what does that mean? It simply means that after every infinitesimally small change in the system is in equilibrium. We 100% know that. We 100% know that at the start point of the system and at the end point of the no, not at the system, at the start point of the process and at the end point of the process, the system is in equilibrium. Whenever system is in equilibrium, whenever system is in equilibrium, you can specify the system by unique combination of pressure, volume and temperature. So P1, V1, T1. Of course, you can add other terms for composition, number of moles and other things, but for gaseous system, these variables are enough. Pressure, volume and temperature, P1, V1, T1, P2, V2, T2. So, in quasi-static process, see, fundamentally at the beginning of the process, at the end of the process, system is going to be in equilibrium. During the process, it is not mandatory for the system to be in equilibrium. During the course of the process, during the happening of the process, it is not mandatory for the process or it is not mandatory for the system to be in equilibrium. But if it is in equilibrium at each and every instance during the process, at each and every instance during the process, if the system is in equilibrium, then that process is called as quasi-static process. That process is called as quasi-static process, and for that you need to make the changes in the system so small that sufficient amount is given to the system to be in equilibrium after an infinitesimal small change at any place in the system. Now this is a little bit complex statement. Let us try to visualize it. Let's say initially the piston was here, finally the piston is here. So this is the entire expansion of the gas. This is the process of expansion of the gas. Okay, when the piston is here, let's say it moves by small amount, then initially pressure changes will happen here around this area. In this region the pressure changes will happen. Those pressure changes should be allowed to pass in the entire system, everywhere in the system, okay, at each and every part of the system. So to allow that change to flow and reach at each and every point of the system, you need to give some certain amount of time to the system. So these processes require a large amount of time. Okay, in reality, after each and every step, if you want system to be in equilibrium, then such processes need to be carried out in infinitesimally small steps. Okay, and that will take large amount of time. Fine, sir. So these processes we need to carry out infinitely slowly. Okay, infinite steps and very slow. So infinitely slowly. So write down Quasi-static processes are, write down, quasi-static processes, quasi-static processes involve infinite number of steps, and each step is very slow. Quasi-static processes are infinitely slow. So it's an idealized concept. Okay, it's an idealized concept. Infinitely slow. Okay, sir. Quasi-static processes are infinitely slow. All right. Now, okay, these are ideal processes. Okay, in reality, these processes do not exist. Okay, these are idealized processes. All right, sir. Next, write down the definition of next. Next point is reversible process. Okay, let's write about reversible process. Now, this is also very interesting process. See how it is defined. Okay, reversible process. Let's write it. Reversible process. Now we will write its definition as it is, and then we will understand its meaning. Okay, initially we'll do the task of writing. Okay, write down. Reversible process is the process. Reversible process is the process. Reversible process is the process which can be reversed in such a way that reversible process is a process. You can see that definition on the page number 85 if you want. Reversible process is a process. Reversible process is a process which can be reversed in such a way that which can be reversed in such a way that which can be reversed in such a way that in such a way that all the changes occurring in the direct process, direct or forward process, all the changes occurring in the direct process, all the changes occurring in the direct process, all the changes occurring in the direct process are exactly repeated, are exactly repeated, are exactly repeated are exactly repeated, number one, are exactly repeated, number one, in the reverse order, in the reverse order. Okay, order shall be reversed, order of those changes shall be reversed. Number two, inverse sense, inverse sense, inverse sense, all the changes which are happened during the forward process. This is a direct or forward process. This is the direct or forward process. This is reverse process. This is reverse process. Whatever changes have been happened in the direct process, those changes shall be repeated exactly. Those changes shall be repeated exactly in the reverse order, number one condition, and in the reverse sense. Okay, and number three, without 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 leaving without leaving any permanent change, without leaving any permanent without leaving any permanent change, without leaving any permanent change, without leaving any permanent change in system, in system or surrounding. Okay, that's very interesting criteria. Okay, system and surrounding should not be permanently modified. ती मॉडिफाय नाही व्हायला पाहिजे. आधी जशी सिस्टीम होती, the same system, whatever the surrounding was at this instance, the same surrounding should be here and the same system should be here. There should not be any permanent changes in the system or surrounding. Okay, without leaving any permanent changes in the system and surrounding, you have to carry out all the changes which have happened during the direct process are being repeated exactly in the reverse order, in the inverse sense, and without leaving any permanent change in the system or surrounding. So, is this definition clear? Just reply me in the chat box, clear and written. Direct process मध्ये जे काही changes झाले, whatever changes happen during direct process shall be repeated exactly. परत मागे यायचंय. And you have to repeat each and every change in the reverse order, in the inverse sense, and without leaving any permanent change in the system or surrounding. Okay, so sir, are we able to draw pressure volume or the indicator diagram of the reversible process? Yes, let's say the process is this. Let's say the process is this. This is the point A, this is the point B, and if this is the forward process, if this is the forward process, then the reverse process will traverse exactly the same path. Okay, so if this is the forward process, the reverse process is going to be like this. The reverse process is going to be exactly like this. The reverse process is going to be exactly like this. Okay, so sir, can I say in this case, if this is point A and this is point B, and if this is the path of the forward process, can this be the path of reverse process? You tell me, can this be the path of reverse process? If this is the forward process, can this be the path of reverse process? Ultimately, we reversed. Initially, we came from A to B, then we again went from B to A. So no, sir, this is not a reverse process. Actually, this is a cyclic process. This is a cyclic process. This is a reverse process. Forward and reverse. Those are two different things. Cyclic process ची एक special case है. Cyclic process ची एक special case है reverse. A to B, B to A, path are same. Shall I say a particular case of cyclic process is a reverse process? Shall I say a particular case of cyclic process is the reverse process? Now this is somewhat interesting. If you have started to understand the concepts in the thermodynamics, you will definitely give the correct answer. Shall I say a particular case of the cyclic process is the reverse process, or forward reverse process combiningly can form a particular cyclic process? Okay, good there. All of you are giving the correct answer. So fine, you got it. Let's move on to the next point. Next thing, write down the conditions for reversibility. Conditions for reversibility. Write it down. Conditions for reversibility. Just give me a second. Let me see how much area is visible. Just a second. You just write down the heading as conditions of reversibility. Okay. When we are going to form a reversible process, conditions for reversibility, conditions for reversibility. All right, conditions for reversibility. Number one, there must be complete absence of dissipative force such as friction, viscosity, electrical resistance. Number one condition, complete absence of complete absence of complete absence of dissipative force. Okay, complete absence of dissipative force. All right. So why it is required? Otherwise, your system will lose some energy, and you cannot afford the loss of energy. Okay. Otherwise, there will be permanent change in the system. Okay. You just cannot change energy of the system. Ultimately, in the cyclic process, suppose there is dissipative force, so during the forward motion some energy of the system will be lost, again in the reverse process again some energy of the system will be lost, so ultimately there will be permanent change in the system. So no, we cannot afford that. So no dissipative force should be there, otherwise there will be losses of energy. Complete absence of dissipative force. What are the dissipative forces? What are the dissipative forces? Examples: friction, viscosity, viscous forces, electrical resistance, because whenever current passes through the electrical resistance, the resistance heats up and that heat is released to the surrounding, so ultimately you lose some energy. So absence of electrical resistance, if the experiment is being performed with the electricity, so there should be absence of electric resistance. So these are the examples of dissipative forces, or the ways by which system can dissipate the energy. Number two, the direct process, the direct and the reverse process must take place infinitely slowly. Okay, to repeat each and every step in the inverse sense, to repeat each and every change inverse in the inverse sense, प्रत्येक change inverse sense मध्ये जर repeat करायचा असेल तर forward म्हणजे direct, forward, that is also called as direct process, and reverse process, forward and reverse process, forward and reverse process must take place infinitely slowly. Just keep on writing, infinitely slowly. Yes sir, forward and reverse process must take place infinitely slowly. Number 3 condition, temperature of system and surrounding should not differ by much amount, otherwise there will be heat flows involved between the system and surrounding, and that will create permanent changes in the system and surrounding, so that is not expected. So number 3 and the final condition is temperature of system and surrounding. Just keep on writing, these are the criteria, we have to remember this. Okay, temperatures of system and surrounding should not differ by much amount, should not differ by much amount, should not differ by much amount. Okay sir, fine, clear? Just reply me in the chat box clear and written, so that I can move on to the next point. Good. Fine. Next, let me read some examples of reversible process. Okay, you just leave some space. Okay, space of around 10 or 12 lines for writing the examples of reversible process. I will be simply reading those examples. Okay, some examples of reversible processes are: all isothermal and adiabatic changes are reversible if they are performed slowly. Okay, so write down this example, you particularly write down: all isothermal means temperature of the system constant. All isothermal means temperature equal to constant. And adiabatic. Adiabatic means what? No heat exchange between system and surrounding. Now some people write heat as delta Q and some people write as Q. All isothermal and adiabatic processes, if carried out very slowly, carried out very slowly, are reversible processes. Just keep on writing, keep making note. Are reversible processes. That's it. We will remember this. All isothermal and adiabatic processes where heat is not exchanged with the surrounding, and isothermal means temperature is constant. In the isothermal process heat can be exchanged. In the adiabatic process temperature can change. Confused व्हायचं नाही. Isothermal चे meaning काय बाळ? Isothermal means temperature constant. Heat can be exchanged. Adiabatic means what? Heat exchange zero. Temperature may change. Okay. So isothermal change which is carried out very slowly is reversible process. Similar to that, adiabatic process or adiabatic change carried out very slowly is also the reversible process. Okay, fine. This example we will remember. Now there are some other examples. For example, when a certain amount of heat is absorbed by the ice, it melts. See, melting of the ice is the isothermal process. Temperature 0 degrees Celsius initially as well as temperature 0 degrees Celsius finally. Okay, so by absorbing some amount of heat, ice is melting into the water. By releasing the same amount of heat, water will again convert back to the ice by repeating all these steps. All the intermediate steps can be repeated exactly same. So that is an example of reversible process. Agree, disagree, reply me in the chat box. So isothermal process wherein ice melts into the water by absorbing some heat, by releasing exactly that heat in the reverse sense, water can form ice back again. Okay, so that is a reversible process, but it needs to be carried out very slowly. You need to supply the heat by very small amount. Okay, fine sir, we agree. Extremely slow extension, actually it should be, it's all right. Let me read the example. Extremely slow extension and contraction of a spring without setting up oscillations. Yes, see, this is very interesting example. Let's say we have a spring. Okay, now how this change is reversible. What is happening is this: if we are trying to extend the string, not string, let us say spring. When we are trying to extend the spring, okay, we should not extend the string immediately. By small amount, if we are extending the string, then whatever work we are doing will be used to increase the potential energy of the spring. And slowly, if we are removing that force, applied force आपण जो काय केलाय, if we start to remove that force, then again spring will come back to its original dimension, and whatever energy was initially stored in it when it was extended, the energy will be again released. Okay, so what will happen is something like this. Initially you will do some work on the spring. That work will be converted into the internal energy of the spring or potential energy. Okay, because spring is extended, and again that energy will be given back by the spring. Okay, so during this initial spring initially the spring will extend, final state will be reached, again it will get contracted, again it will get to its original position back again without leaving any permanent change in system and surrounding. So this is also the reversible process. So that is okay, fine. Now in this way you can write down other changes. For example, there is one more change, number D. A perfectly elastic ball falls from some height on a perfectly elastic horizontal plane. The ball rises to the initial height. Yes, this is also the reversible process. Perfectly elastic. We know in reality there is no perfectly elastic collision, but this is hypothetical situation wherein we have perfectly elastic ball, falls on the perfectly elastic floor, it hits the ground. Now, when there is perfectly elastic collision, there is no loss of kinetic energy. Elastic collision means what? The collision in which system does not lose kinetic energy or loss. There is no loss of kinetic energy. So a ball will hit the ground. It will again bounce back to the same height, repeating all the changes. Every single change will be repeated in the inverse sense. So this is also the example of reversible process. Agree, disagree, reply in the chat box. These examples will improve your thinking capacity. तुम्हाला एक सेन्स डेव्हलप करायचा प्रयत्न चालू आहे आता. Why I'm taking each and every example? To develop a sense. Because that is the most important thing. Because in thermodynamics, I assure you that you will be able to solve the questions. You will be able to solve the questions. My task is to develop a sense. That's it. सगळ्यांना questions येणार आहेत, MCQ सुटणार आहेत, मार्क मिळणार आहेत. That is going to happen. But let us gain those marks with understanding. We have ways to gain the marks by just remembering the type of question and method to solve particular type of question. That is also the one of the way to get marks. But these are the additional senses which will allow you to solve those questions which will be the new questions in that exam. Which questions? New questions. म्हणजे आतापर्यंत परीक्षेमध्ये न पडलेले क्वेश्चन्स. पहिल्यांदाच आयुष्यात तो क्वेश्चन डिझाईन झालेला आहे आणि तो तुमच्या समोर एक्झाम मध्ये आलेला आहे. But that will allow you to solve that kind of questions also. Fine, sir. Okay. So there are such many examples. You can read those. Okay. Next is irreversible process. So we wrote about reversible process. Now let us write down about irreversible process. Okay. Irreversible process. Irreversible process or irreversible change. Irreversible process. Okay. Irreversible process. The processes which are not reversible are called as irreversible. Write down. The processes, we know what is reversible. We know what is reversible. So we will write processes which are not reversible are irreversible. So wherein we cannot reverse all the changes in exactly opposite sense. So those processes will be called as irreversible processes. So write down the definition. The processes which are not reversible are irreversible. Yes. What a definition. But that's valid. Because the definition assumes that you know what is reversibility, and so we can define the processes which are not reversible are called as irreversible processes. Okay. Example, all natural processes are irreversible processes. आपोआप ज्या काय गोष्टी नेचर मध्ये घडतात, whatever things we observe happening in the nature on its own, all those processes are, guys, irreversible processes. All natural processes, they have written this. I'm just reading it. Okay. All natural processes such as conduction means flow of heat energy from higher temperature to lower temperature, that is conduction. Radiation means emission of electromagnetic waves when body has temperature above 0 Kelvin. कुठल्याही बॉडीचं टेम्परेचर 0 केल्विन पेक्षा जर अबोव असेल, if any body having temperature above 0 Kelvin, that body radiates electromagnetic waves. Okay. So that process is called as radiation. It is also irreversible process. You cannot collect those radiations and put them back into the body. Okay, that just cannot happen. Okay. Fine, we'll study radiation separately also, just don't worry about that. All natural processes like conduction, radiation, wherein we have permanent changes. Okay. They have written one more example. Let us for time being write it. radioactive decay. We are particularly going to look at this point, okay, in the physics, in the 12th standard physics, we will study what is radioactive decay. Okay, after radioactive decay, once a nucleus decays, means what, we don't know right now, but there is some permanent change. You cannot just bring back all the components together and cannot form the system again. That is just impossible. Okay, so radioactive decay are irreversible processes. Now some practical processes. For example, we have a raw egg and we just boil that egg. Let's say we have a raw egg. We have a raw egg and we just boil that egg. After boiling of the egg, initially it was raw egg. Now it will be a boiled egg. Boiled egg. Now, काय वाटेल ते करा. You can do anything you want, but you just cannot convert that boiled egg into the raw egg. Can you? Huh? Can you do that? I will give you one crore rupees if you do this. Can you do that for me? Huh? No, sir, we cannot do that. Okay. The only person who can do is the God. कारण त्यालाच परत यावं लागेल. याचे रिपीट करून द्यावं लागेल. And there will be Nobel Prize for this. Yes, there will be Nobel Prize for this. Okay. Fine. So these are some of the practical processes. This is practical processes, right? Wherein we do some permanent change in the system, and now just there is no way to get back it. Okay. So if there are permanent changes in the system, just forget about it. You just cannot make it reversible. Okay, or you just cannot have a raw egg back. Okay, that's gone now. Fine. All right. Example is this. Inelastic collision. See, if there is inelastic collision, let me write here, inelastic collision. If there was elastic collision, you will get a reversible process. But if there is inelastic collision, in that case, what will happen? The ball will not rise up to its original height. It will rise up somewhere here, up to somewhere here. Okay, because during the collision, it has lost some of the kinetic energy, and that may create some permanent changes in the system. That's it. Energy is lost. Now you just cannot have these changes back. Okay, it changes back to मला मिळणार नाहीत. So that's it. Ball will not rise its to original height. Okay, so that's it. You have lost some energy. Permanent changes have been happened in the system. The process is irreversible. Okay, means you just cannot have this. What? Initially it goes like this. It comes up to this. Now you cannot have like this. That's just impossible. In this case, it is possible. Initially, it was here. It hits the ground. It comes back here. So this is a forward process. खाली गेला, धडकला, वरती आला. Forward process complete झाली. तशीच reverse process. Or this to this forward. असं म्हणूया. This to this forward. This to this reverse. Forward reverse. That is possible. But here we cannot have this. No. This, then only this much. Then again come back. Then again like this. So every time energy will be lost. So change is irreversible. Okay. You just cannot have all the steps back or reversed. You cannot have that. Fine. So inelastic collisions are the examples of irreversible processes. All right, sir. Fine. Now the next thing, sudden and fast stretching of the spring. Initially we said that a very slow extension or the compression of the spring sir, हळूहळू केलेले extension किंवा compression. Okay, the extension or the compression of the spring is reversible process, but a sudden extension or the compression is a permanent change that may create permanent changes. Okay, that may create permanent changes in the system. So that is a irreversible change. Okay, so such kind of examples we can write down. So whatever examples we generally wrote in the reversible processes, for example, elastic collision is a reversible process. So for irreversible process, you will write inelastic collision. Okay. Then write sudden extension, or compression of spring, sudden extension or compression of the spring. That is a irreversible process. Okay, exactly all steps cannot be repeated in the inverse sense, because that will create some permanent changes, because suddenly if you expand or extend or compress the spring, there will be some loss of energy, permanent changes will be there in the system. Okay, for reversible processes we need absence of dissipative force.